Hello everyone, this is Sage of Calidor. I know it's been a while, but I have been busy with a lot of other stuff. Today we are going to be talking about possible DLC for the Wood Elves. As a faction, Wood Elves are pretty good. I mean, I from what I could tell, they have a good unit roster and they have a good win rate in multiplayer. If you don't believe me, take a look at the several ever chosen tournaments sponsored by Creative Assembly and any other tournaments. Um, I remember watching a rush build in one of the ever chosen tournaments where the Wood Elf army ran over the opposing army, the Skaven, without any resistance too much. So Wood Elves are pretty good in the multiplayer and a unit roster, but they only have two lords, Orion and Durthu. And the High Elves and the Dark Elves have at least four legendary lords, and needless to say, the Wood Elves are far behind in that department. I mean, of all the Elven races are concerned, which is pretty sad. Um, for Lord choices, um, one option is the Sisters of Twilight, Naesra and Arahan. They are twin sisters. According to the Wood Elf Lord, um, Wood Elf lore, um, there was this Wood Elf girl that walked into the darkest aspect of the Forest of Athaloran and she was gone. But she came back, and it seemed like her spirit was split into two. One that, and on the tabletop, they have alternate abilities. One regards buffing and healing, while the other is attacking and damage. And I think these would serve as a logical two legendary lord choices, and they can have some sort of synergy like the Dow sisters from Three Kingdoms or Vlad and Isabella for the vampire accounts. Another option would be Eraloth. He is a great Lady Lord and the champion of Queen Uriel. Um, he in the lore he started out as a Wood Elf youth who was doing various stuff, but he later was off hunting, where he rescued an elf maiden from the enemy of chaos from a chaos demon. That elf maiden turned out to be one of the elven goddesses, Lilith, and they had a talk, and he was a changed man after that, and since then served as a loyal champion of the Queen of the Wood Elves. I know he seems to be a generic Leda Lord with nothing more than a special hunting hawk, but I think he can be an interesting, fun choice because he can have an interesting mechanic where he fights foes of the Queen of the Wood Elves, and he has a mechanic similar to the Shadow King Alethanar, where the more foes he fights, the more bonuses he brings to himself and to his faction, and so on and so forth. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the campaign mechanic. Um, this is the Oak of Ages from Total War Warhammer. Um, it is similar to it is central to the story, to the campaign of the Wood Elves, and the goal is you need to upgrade the Oak of Ages and defend it during this special final battle. But to upgrade it, you need Amber. Personally, I think the Amber mechanic is kind of fine, but instead of being obtained through territory and trade, I think it should be, you should get Amber with objectives. I mean, I like conquering places for Amber, but since the garrison at most of the settlements are bad, there has to be a trade-off. So either Wood Elves have to play defensive and complete specific objectives, or they have to have better garrisons. Also, Amber mechanics should offer more buffs and bonuses, and should provide bonuses for Confederation. Sorry for the old map. Two possible locations for these characters are the Bowmen of Orion on the New World map and the Forest of Lorelorn near the Empire. I mean, everyone could technically start in the Wood Elves, but that could cause legendary lords to be killed off. I mean, if they make Confederation easier, it can balance that out, but how everything works is everything should be more or less a little bit spread out and such. There is another thing I want to mention, and I think all elves elven races should receive a magic lord. The Dark Elves have supreme sorceresses, and I think to make things a little bit more balanced out and friendly to the lore, the High Elves and the Wood Elves should receive something similar. The High Elves in Tabletop have Archmages, which can be the army general. And I can picture regular Archmages as equivalent to the Supreme Sorceresses. And an idea I have for an added bonus is to have the Dragon Mages of Calidor as a potential Lord path. Like, there are certain options, like you know how certain paths for various characters and lords can lock or unlock at a certain level, and at a certain level you can pick whether or not your High Elf Archmage Lord becomes a Dragon Mage of Calidor or a regular Archmage. A regular Archmages, you have better spell variety, and you can cast all those spells better and have access to the various mounts, like the various dragon mounts, which will allow you to have a general magic lord. But for a dragon mage, you lose the versatility of an archmage, but you gain bonuses to your fire spells. And you can also get a sun dragon as a mount at an earlier time. And even though you're stuck with a sun dragon mount, you can get bigger and better bonuses for yourself and your dragon and your army, and bonuses for dragon units. And Wood Elves can have a magic lord. And the Wood Elves, according to the books, have spell singers and spell weavers. And I don't remember at the top of my head which one is which, but I believe they're spell singers. I could be wrong. Spell singers or spell weavers, you can have the other one be the lord type, be the lord choice. And the reason why I think all this is important is because magic is important for the elves. Elves know how to use magic. Magic comes naturally to the elves, and I think to make it better known and to make it and add it to the game, this should be brought out more by Creative Assembly. And also, it can having a magic lord can be helpful and broaden your options on what lord to pick. I mean, I admit I prefer to be the hand-to-hand combat lord and have the mage for a side trip on the side. That's how I play tabletop. But in a video game mechanic, it might be better to have a spellcaster have one spellcaster that has enough buffs and bonuses to protect themselves and keep the enemy back, so while the rest of the army can do various stuff. Also, and also allows you to have access to like healing spells or certain spells you need faster. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Farewell. Oh, and check out ItalianSparacus' channel. He has a lot of information about Wood Elves as a potential faction, as potential lore type, and he might, and likely he has better lore videos than I am. I'll try to post a link below in either the description or one of the combats down below, so I'll see you later. Bye.